Are high-interest credit cards or personal loans weighing you down? Unlock gives homeowners a smarter option. With a home equity agreement, you can tap into your home's equity for cash today. There are no monthly payments. Here's how it works. Unlock provides funds upfront and in exchange shares in a portion of your home's future value. That means you keep control with the flexibility to use your equity your way. Pay off bills, invest in home improvements, or set aside savings for peace of mind. For thousands of homeowners, Unlock has been the key to moving forward without the pressure of another payment. Put your equity to work for you. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the number one sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad and the shocking stories of sugar dating. Nikki is back with us. How are you?
Hello. Doing great.
She told me she has a lot of updates, so we're going to dive into those in a minute. I've got a few of my own. I'm going to try not to hijack this because I do want to talk to her, but I've been a little bit active too the last few weeks. But if you guys want to really support the show, we'd really appreciate that. Go to patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. We've got it all structured now. It's all changed for this new year. We've got a calendar system now for our people that are getting coaching and profile reviews, so it's a little bit easier to book Lily or myself. I've actually done a couple of them now in the last week, and I've really enjoyed it. Usually Lily does them, but I think I'm going to start doing more. So you never know who you're going to get unless you specifically request one or the other, just depending on our time schedule. But one of us will get to you. I'm actually going to jump on the call a little bit more now. And then, gosh, we have behind-the-scenes videos and photos and all kinds of fun stuff. I've got Taylor, my assistant, trying to be a little bit more active with Patreon. I know sometimes we'll go, a few days or a week without posting anything, but I'm trying to get her to do stuff now daily. Just keep it active and help grow this community. All right. We appreciate that. Nikki, you've been gone for a few weeks.
Yep, I took some time off for the holidays and rested and recuperated, but did a lot of meet and greets and have a lot of updates, a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
it was active.
And so do I. But we're going to start with you, and then I'm going to pop in probably with a few experiences of my own. So what's the latest?
Well, if you recall, I had met somebody a while back at the polo show who was an actor.
Yeah, and that thing kind of blew up.
It did.
Went nowhere.
Because I told him about sugaring. So I used the holidays as an excuse to reach out and say, Merry Christmas, how are you doing?
Well, that was a good strategy, good plan.
And he responded after being silent for about a month.
Yeah.
And we had several phone calls because he's based in Tucson.
Oh, okay.
So we had several phone calls, which went really well. And he said, we'll reconnect after the holidays. So with him, I don't know if I want to reconnect with him now because in both of those phone calls, he did all the talking. And we've talked on this podcast before about people that do that. There's not a balanced conversation. And that's how it was. So I'm on the fence about that. So I'm not going to initiate anything with him. If he wants to reach back out, he can. And that's still kind of up in the air. But I was pleasantly surprised that he responded to my initial text. So there's that. And then...
it's funny because you just never know which one in the party is going to do the talking, if it's the woman or the man. I always try to direct the questions and getting to know the woman. And if she asks me some back, I'm almost surprised sometimes. But I'll be happy to answer, and I enjoy doing that. But then I always try to redirect it back to her because the one asking the questions is the one that's in control of the conversation.
Yes.
But when it's completely like 98% one-sided, it gets a little old.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. I don't know how much I could take of that.
right. Yep. And that's what happened on these 2 phone calls. So it's helping me learn a little about him. And if that's how it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to go far. Mm-hmm. So I'm waiting on that to see where that goes. And then one of my regulars took me to the Americano.
Oh, yes.
I've never been there. And that was on Christmas Eve. He took me there on Christmas Eve. It was a really nice time. Beautiful restaurant. And did you know they have a speakeasy in the basement?
No.
And
What's it called?
Oh my, I don't know.
Okay. Usually they have like some kind of a cheeky
Yeah.
name.
And they told us when he called to make reservations for the dinner, they said, no, you can't get into the speakeasy because you need to make a reservation like several months in advance.
Really?
For the speakeasy. Yep.
I'll have to look that up.
But once we got there for dinner, he paid off somebody and they got us in.
Grease the palms.
Yes.
A lot of times that works.
It is so cool down there. It's down deep in a basement. I mean, you go down a bunch of
Was
stairs.
it packed full of people?
Yes. It was, luckily, there was one seat and standing room only for one. So both of us, they let
Really?
us in. Live music, really nice atmosphere, very friendly bartender. I highly recommend it. It was a great experience. So that was Christmas Eve. So that was a nice way to spend Christmas Eve. And then the dating apps are exploding with activity.
Well, we're in our busy time of year
I tried.
here for Arizona because the traffic, I don't know if you've noticed, the traffic has gotten a lot worse.
Yes.
I mean, we
Yeah.
got so much going on in this is our Super Bowl time
Yeah,
of
it's
year. This is
beautiful
where
here
it
right
just,
now.
everything's going on.
So I tried another dating app that I'd never tried before.
Which is what?
I might not be pronouncing it right. Field, Feeld, Feld.
Oh, yes, I've heard of it. Field.
Okay.
I think it's
Field?
Field. Yeah, yeah. Somebody has mentioned that one before.
And it's supposed to be for kink.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think somebody
Yes.
brought that up as a option to FetLife.
Yes. So in order to get on that, in order for me to want to be on that, I had to really strategize because I thought, how do I bring sugaring into that and be able to put it in my profile? Because I had heard that you can put more in your profile without getting booted off, like you get on Seeking. So I positioned myself as sugaring being my kink.
Okay, it says on here, Field is a dating app for open-minded singles, couples, and groups exploring ethical non-monogamy, polyamory, kink, and alternative relationship styles, focusing on authentic connection rather than traditional swiping, with features for diverse identities and group exploration, though users note some challenges with activity levels and paid features being essentially for visibility. So, tell us about your experience.
Well, I had a great experience. I've had 5 meet and greets in the past couple weeks.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
And a couple more from Seeking. Seeking is getting really busy also.
And you were just talking about how dead that
Yes,
thing was.
I know. So I was shocked. But on Field, I put right in the first few sentences that sugaring is my kink. So I put it out there.
Showering with me with money is my kink.
And I didn't get booted off for using the word sugar.
Where are you pay pigs at?
So I have had a number of meet and greets from there, and they're working into the second date, the next date. There's a couple people, though, who still think sugaring is just paying for the date.
Oh, gotcha.
So I've had to weed out those kinds of people and had some difficult conversations with them to educate them on what sugaring really is.
Let me explain this to you.
Yeah. So I've been happy about that activity, and I have a couple dates coming up where we're going to be discussing arrangements. Like we're already at the point where we're talking arrangements. So I'm happy about that.
Wow. So if any of our listeners have had experiences with that app, I'd love to hear yours too, because I really haven't talked to anybody who tried to use it in the sugar dating sense.
Yep.
More as the kink sense.
And on the men's profiles, I'm not seeing anything about sugaring.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I talk to them, they have participated. They just haven't thought of it as a kink.
Mm-hmm.
And I happen to position myself that way in order to be able to get, on the site and put it out there in my profile. I mean, I have other kinks too, but sugaring is the one that I'm going for now. So,
the one that pays the bills.
right. So there's that. And then I did have an experience. So this goes back to how I block at the drop of a hat and you don't. We've
yes,
had
we've had this discussion multiple times.
So this will, not to stroke your ego or anything, but I reached out to somebody about 3 months ago on Seeking. They never responded. I forgot to block them. So that their message fell to the bottom of my list of messages. I forgot to block them. Lo and behold, a week ago, they responded.
Yeah.
They popped back up. And I thought, okay, so this is Marcus's point as to why to not block people. And come to find out, he had been seriously traveling for a really long time.
My ego's being stroked.
I know. I figured it would be. But he apologized. He said, I'm back in town now. And he was still traveling again a little bit within the U.S., but we were able to have a Zoom call.
Okay.
Because I thought he was fake. I thought, I reached out 3 months ago. Now all of a sudden he pops up. I don't know. This seems a little sketch to me. And we did a video and he's real.
Yeah.
And he just travels extensively. So when he gets back from this next trip, we're going to have a in-person meet and greet.
Great.
So
you got a lot going on.
Yep. I'm happy about it because it was dead for a long time.
Yeah.
So the new year's getting off to a good start.
Well, I know that there's people I've chatted with and I've done some traveling, holidays came up, and then I'm kind of like, oh my God, 2 or 3 months have gone by.
Yep.
So then I'm filtering down through my old messages and I'm like, oh my God, I never got back to this person. Or now I finally have time to get back to this person. And I actually have messaged quite a few people around the end of the year because I wasn't doing much and I had some free time, and hardly any of them got back to me. And I was like, I wonder if they block me. Or it's just sometimes, out of sight, out of mind, they just move on.
Right.
But yeah.
So I'm going to have to maybe reconsider my blocking philosophy.
I don't know why you would block somebody that you, now I get it if absolutely this person was disgusting and you never want to talk to them again, but just people that you've been chatting with, there's no reason to purge them.
Part of it on Seeking is because I have the free account and I don't want to keep running into them again on the site.
Mm-hmm.
And if you block them, you'll never see them.
Just hide them.
Can I do that with a free account?
I don't know. I think we talked about that last time. I was going to research that, but yeah, I have a hide button.
But you have a paid account, right?
Yeah. So afterwards, let's look at your phone and see because there is some dots that you can click on and it'll say report, block, or even hide.
Okay. I'll have to look at that.
Hide is one of the options, and maybe they'll make you pay for that. I don't know, but
yeah.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on monthly payments. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So what have you been up to?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. I've weaved my web and it's a little bit crazy. It's catching more than I want at this point, and more than I can afford, and more than I have time for. All right. The latest is, so I've been chatting with a girl on Seeking. Now, I'm not actively messaging girls. I get messages, and if there's something interesting that comes across my message, I'll respond to it. It was a Saturday night. I didn't have much going on. There was a girl. She wasn't bad looking. She wasn't, an 8 or a 9. She probably like a 7. But I still wanted to meet her. I liked her profile. So we went and had sushi, communicated really well. I knew I wasn't going to be stood up. And she actually got there a little earlier than she said she was going to. So that I appreciated that. And she just kind of came, hardly any makeup, not really, just casual, very casual clothes. It wasn't a good look for an interview for a job.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
You're interviewing for a job
Yep.
here, girls, whether, you can call it what you want, but there's a financial component involved here. And if you want that to be a part of the next dates and so on, you've got to impress.
Yep.
You got to impress. So we had a good conversation, but again, she was, how old was this one? I think 24, 25, on her damn phone the whole time.
You're kidding.
Just on and off her phone. It's like on and off. It's not like pick it up and then she's on it for 10 minutes. It's just like on it for 30 seconds or a minute, and then off. And then a few minutes later on it and then off.
She was
On it
texting?
and off. I don't know. It's just like constant.
That is really rude.
It's just constant. And it's just
Really
like,
rude.
and I keep encountering that over and over. And I think the young crowd thinks it's perfectly acceptable because everybody's doing it. But us older people, we're kind of like, hey,
Yep. Like, be present.
Now, she did ask for a little bit of money ahead of time for the meet and greet, and it wasn't very much. So I said, yeah, that's not a problem. But she just didn't show up to impress. We had a good conversation. It wasn't great. I was the one pretty much asking all the questions, but afterwards, I walked her to her car, gave her a hug and said bye. And then that was it. And then she didn't text me, hey, I really enjoyed meeting you. I didn't text her. I kind of just assumed that was it. Well, yesterday, it was like 5 days later, I get a text says, hey, I'd really love to see you again. I'm like, I'm trying to remember who this even is.
She did not leave a good impression on you.
Like, looking at my phone going, who is it? Oh, it was my meet and greet on Saturday. Yeah. So, okay, here's my question. I have no intention of meeting her again. How do I respond to this? I should have put this in ChatGPT. I've just kind of been ignoring it. So now that I've let it marinate for a day, I've basically ghosted her for a day now. I haven't responded at all. But I think it's kind of rude not to respond that way.
Right.
At least I can let her know, hey, I really enjoyed meeting you, but I've moved a different direction.
Yes, I think that's
and
really
then that
appropriate.
way she'll kind of know that I did get the message and that. But should I get into kind of some of what the problems were, or just leave it alone?
Well, there's a couple philosophies about that. I have heard one side of it that says, whether it's a breakup or something like your situation, that it's not a feedback session, so that you shouldn't feel obligated to give feedback.
Yeah.
Other people have said that they do give feedback just so that the person knows what they can do better next time.
Right. I've given feedback in the past and it didn't go well.
Oh, it didn't?
No. And they took it very personal, like it was an attack on them. And it really was meant to be constructive criticism. Like, hey, this didn't work for me, but I appreciate it. In the future, though, you might want to blank, blank, blank. Like maybe dress a little more to impress.
Right.
Stay off your phone.
Yes.
I get it if there's a thing here and there. I have my phone right next to me, and I always explain to them from the very beginning, my phone is sitting right here because I have Airbnbs and real estate and rentals, and I get issues coming up at all hours of the day, but I'm not going to be on my phone, only if it's something urgent.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, no problem. And I swear, if something comes up on my phone, the second I go, hey, excuse me, second I reach over to pick it up, bam, they're on there, just on their phone, like they could not wait to get on their phone.
That's got to be that generation.
I know. I'm seeing it more and more and more. I don't know. Do we just accept that that's the way it is now, or do we fight back against that? Or I just don't know where
I think
you go with that.
If you had moved forward with her, and if you had wanted to see her again, that probably would have been good feedback for her, because you probably wouldn't have been able to put up with it on every date if she was doing that.
Yeah. So anyway, that one went nowhere, but it was fine because I've already got too much going on anyway. So what I've decided, and Alejandra was asking me, she's like, how many sugar babies you got now? You got like 4. And I'm like, well, as of last week, I had 4, but I'm dropping one. She goes, how are you sustaining this? You can't sustain this. I go, I know. I don't know what to do. They're
sticky. You have FOMO? Is that what it is?
Oh, no. I've, like you, it's been hopping lately.
Yeah.
And I've just meeting some really quality people that all of a sudden I'm kind of vibing with. And usually I go on these meet and greets and I just like shake my head and like, oh gosh, I really appreciate Alejandra, But lately I've gone on some and they've like maybe fulfilled a different conversation set than she normally would fill. Like tonight I'm going out with somebody and we're going to go have sushi. Well, Alejandra doesn't like sushi at all. So I'm going to take her out tomorrow and we're going to do something. She loves steak, which I love steak too, but I do like a good sushi bar, right? So the girl I'm taking out tonight, or I'm going to do something different, which is sushi than I would normally do with Alejandra. But I had to drop one, and I talked about her on the last episode with Jay. You haven't heard that one yet, but she makes like 6 figures. Yeah. And she has a couple kids. She's in her mid-30s. Beautiful. Great conversations. Our dinner, we've had dinner a few times. Great conversations. But it's just not, it's just not going anywhere. She told me she wanted to take it slow, which I'm fine, but I just don't feel like a real intimate connection with her. I feel it's more like friends.
Okay.
Like sitting down with a good friend and just having a great conversation.
Yeah.
The other 2 girls are Latina, 5 foot nothing, 100 pounds, and spicy.
Just your type.
So it's a problem for me. Somebody on Reddit years ago called me out because they saying that I like somebody. Lily always teases, I like the brown girls, the Latinas, and somebody on Reddit called me out just saying I was disgusting. But I'm sorry, that's what I like. But hey, I've had 2.5-year relationship with a blonde, light skinned, fair skinned blonde. And I really do at the end of the day value the personality and the connection we have. It's just that look.
Yeah.
The petite Latinas is just something about just makes my heart and my insides just go a little crazy. I guess that's my fetish. Is that my fetish? I don't know. And would you call it that? I don't know. And
everyone's got their own style and preferences. And you were married to a Latina, right?
Yeah, she was from El Salvador.
Okay. Yeah.
So here's what's funny. So my ex-wife was a twin. Oh man, we're about to get into a funny thing. And this just happened today. So my ex-wife was a twin, and years ago for Christmas, her parents had come in, and then she had another sister that lived nearby. She had come in. So we had like this little family gathering on her side, right? Well, her twin sister from Canada was going to fly in and surprise the family. Okay. So, but of course I knew about it and my ex-wife knew about it. And so it got to be like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. This might have been Christmas Eve. And the flight had landed, and she goes, hey, you need to run to the airport and grab my sister. And I'd never talked to her sister. I only had seen pictures. And I asked the dumbest question to my ex-wife. Well, how am I going to recognize her? She looks like me. And so here I am thinking, well, wait a minute. If she looks like you, what if I have the hots for her? Oh. Like, now what am I going to do? Because why wouldn't I, right?
Oh, Marcus.
So I'm like, wow, what if I really have the hots for her sister? Because she looks just like my ex-wife. No, anyway, I went and picked her up at the airport. She had a little bit of a different personality, and she did. She looked exactly like my wife. So I was easy to find her, and, I picked her up and then brought her to the house, and they had a great time. But it was funny. She had enough of a different personality that it didn't cause an issue for us.
Okay.
But I thought that could be a problem. Here I am, 9.5 years later, 10 years later. So I've met this Latina. She's turning 25 in a week. Oh, and here's the other thing. The 3 out of the 4 girls I've been seeing are all at the end of January. Their birthdays are all at the end of January.
So
they're all
the
Aquariuses, except one of them who had a birthday on Christmas Day.
Oh.
Anyway.
That's ironic.
Interesting. Yeah. And Lily and Trucker, the same thing. She's Aries. He's Aquarius. I'm Aries. Alejandro's Aquarius.
Okay.
So apparently the Aquarius are finding me somehow. And I've dated a lot of Virgos, like the first and second week of September Virgos. They're batshit crazy. I'm telling you, and probably some people are coming through, are listening to this going, wait a minute. I'm in that week, September 12th or 13th or whatever it is. For some reason, I've dated a lot of girls and had relationships with girls that have had birthdays around the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th of September. And every one of them has been the wildest ride you could imagine.
Really?
The relationships are just nuts. I had fun with them all, and there was some wild attraction, and the sex was amazing, but they're just, I don't know. And I hate to let the stars dictate personalities and who we date. I talked about in the last episode, I met a girl on Bumble. She, or was it Hinge? Anyway, one of those two. And she was trying to psychoanalyze me through my astrological signs and this and that. She thought she had me pegged, like my personality. She got lucky on a few of them. Like a couple of them were dead on, but listen, my brother's an Aries. I'm an Aries. We're completely different. So
I like astrology, but I don't let it run my life. But I get curious about the signs.
It's fun.
Of
It's
people.
fun.
Yep.
So anyway, back to the story. I've met this 20, about to turn 25-year-old, 5'1", 100-pound Latina, and she's a twin. Okay, and she is absolutely drop dead gorgeous, just like the others. We're having a great time, and then she tells me that she has a twin sister, and they both got breast jobs done at the same time. She got high profile, and literally they stick straight out. So she's got this tiny frame and these boobs. They're not overly big for her frame, but they just stick straight out. Now, they're only 6 months old. Okay. But she doesn't need a bra. They're so firm and just straight out. So she's wore these couple outfits to the last couple dates that we had. I mean, the bartenders can't take their eyes off of her. Really? I mean, and plus her breasts are just sticking out. So anyway, she said what happened was when her and her twin sister got them done in Miami, they got them done at the same time, but for some reason, she got 400 cc's. The doctor put 490 in her twin sister. Oh, no. Just fucked it up. Oh. Anyway, apparently her twin sister said something right before she was going under, and I think the doctor interpreted it as, oh, okay, you want something bigger.
Oh, boy.
But that's not what she wanted.
Wow.
So anyway, she's going to have to get them redone.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the funny thing. Here's what I've been leading up to. Her twin sister apparently is on Seeking and just looked at my profile. And I'm like, wait a minute. And I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, this is her twin sister. Holy cow, she's hot. So why wouldn't I be attracted to her twin sister? She looks just like her.
Yep.
Oh my God, man. So anyway.
You're going to have to rein it in or something if you can't afford it and you don't have time.
I know. It's just, I don't have time, and I don't have the funds for 3 sugar babies a week, but it's been fun.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on monthly payments. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Well, on Christmas night, there's this vanilla guy that I date, a cop. He's a cop.
Yeah.
So on Christmas night, I stayed at his house. Because he's in law enforcement, he works all the holidays. So he went into work the next morning. He leaves like 5:00, and then I stay and let myself out. So I wake up about 8 a.m. the day after Christmas, and I'm just waking up, and I'm hearing the bedroom door start to open. And I can't tell you how many thoughts went through my head within that 2 or 3 seconds. So I thought, did he come home from work early? And then I thought, is this a fucking break-in?
Yeah.
And I mean, if it was, they picked the wrong house.
Yeah.
And he leaves his weapons there. Uh-huh. He's got several weapons, so his gun is right there on the nightstand. And then I'm thinking, worst case, it's his adult son that I haven't met yet. So all this is going through my head within 2 or 3 seconds, and it's still dark in the bedroom. The door opens. This man pops his head in and sees me like moving around in the bed. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I said, "Hi, I'm Nikki." And he said, "Oh, I'm here to spray for bugs."
Oh, man. Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, he didn't tell me you were coming."
Yeah.
And it was super awkward. He said, "That's okay." He said, "Just stay there. Stay covered up. I'll make this really fast."
Oh, my God.
And he couldn't I wouldn't let him turn the light on.
Yeah.
So he's going around in the dark trying to spray for bugs. And I'm just so embarrassed. And then he gets done spraying in the bedroom. And as he's leaving, he said, "Just remember, there's never an embarrassing moment with the bug guy."
That is funny.
Oh, and I texted my guy and I said, "Did you forget he was coming? Did you forget to tell me?" And he said, "Yep, I forgot. I forgot." So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. Another minute later, I would have been out of the bed,
right,
without anything on, trying to get myself ready. So I guess the timing was pretty good considering those circumstances.
Yeah,
but that's what happens when you spend the night at somebody's house. You're at risk for that.
Interesting. Yeah, I was just trying to think. So I had another interesting sugar dating experience this week. So the girl who, the other Latina, we call her Golfer Girl.
Okay.
And she's learning to play, and she's doing some YouTube videos and trying to launch her channel and everything. So she's the one who like was real hesitant in the beginning, kind of feeling like what we're doing is illegal and she doesn't want to get caught doing it. And I had to explain to her, no, it's fine. But anyway, so now she's ready to go out in public. So she goes, hey, can you take me to your country club and let's play 9 holes and I can film and get some content for my channel. Well, Alejandro's not liking that at all because she's she's been going with me to the country club for 3.5 years and they know her as my girlfriend. And then all of a sudden I'm going to pop up with this other girl. So I agreed. And it was a Monday.
Okay.
Late Monday afternoon.
So not busy?
I'm thinking, yeah, it's not busy. I can take her to the range, show her a few things, get her swing on the right track, and then we'll play a couple holes and film. So I take her up to the range. There's a ton of people. It was a beautiful day. It was like 75 degrees out, hardly any wind. There was a ton of people out there.
Oh, no.
Now, only a few of my really good friends were there, but they were just staring the whole time. And so I finally invited them. I was like, hey, come over here and, let me introduce you to Golfer Girl. And then, and then one of the guys is a really good golfer and he gave her a small little tip. And then I was kind of giving her, and she started hitting the ball really well. Oh. Like pounding it. For being 5'0", she was hitting the ball really well. So then we went ahead and jumped on a car and played 9 holes, and she filmed and just released her YouTube video, which is pretty good. But it's just so funny because she showed up in like this cute little golfer girl outfit with like this short skirt. Now she had the shorts under, that go underneath them.
Skirt, yeah.
I took her to the wrong end of the range. I took her to the right end instead of the left end. I was just kind of thinking, well, I'm going to take her to the end where there's not a lot of people. But that's the end where when she's bending over, everybody's seeing her ass. And so I'm on the other side of her giving her instruction, and I'm looking down the range, and all the men are just staring over at her. And every time she swings, her little shorts keep coming up, and more of her ass shows. And they all have these grins on her face, and I'm just thinking, oh God, either I become a legend because of this, or I'm never going to hear the end of this. And then sure enough, my guy, and he's one of my real estate investors, so I've known him a long time, but he sees me the next day and he's like, man, how'd you meet her? Did you meet her online? How'd you know her?
How did you introduce her to people?
So that created another issue. How do I explain that? I just said, no, she's a friend of my assistant's.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, okay. And that put it to rest.
And that day, though, did anyone ask you as you were bringing her in?
Well, no, they didn't ask me where we met. Only after kind of, when they got alone time with me. Okay. Like, hey, dude, what's going on? Like, how did you meet this one?
Because it's possible you could have run into someone that day when you were bringing her in, and then you would have probably had to introduce her as somebody.
Yeah, I just introduced her by her first name.
Oh, okay.
Like, hey, this is so-and-so. I'm teaching her. I'm helping teaching her golf. And they're like, oh, okay. They didn't really care at that point.
Yeah.
They were just enjoying the view. I tell you. So that was kind of an interesting situation. But she just sent me the video that's out on YouTube, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty good. She's not great, but she's fun to look at and real flirty on the video. So and I think what's going to be fun is, if this continues, if I can afford it, helping her, people should be paying me to teach them golf, and here I am paying her, but, or giving her allowance, right? But, she's got really good athletic skills, and I think, she'll actually improve rapidly if we continue doing this consistently, and that could create a problem. It could create a problem because if the guys continue to see her out there, more and more questions
Yes.
are going to be asked. And then, and I don't want to disrespect Alejandra. I mean,
Yeah, that's the other thing too. What
that's
does
the thing.
Alejandra think so far? She knew you took her.
Oh, she's getting a little bit, even though she's been going out a lot. I mean, just today, she's like, listen, when are you going to take me out? Like, I'm feeling neglected over here. I'm feeling like you're not interested in me anymore. I'm like, oh, no. I mean, but it's been 3.5 years. So we kind of, you got to be careful not to take each other for granted.
Right.
But
Yep.
that's kind of where we're at. And I've got to do a better job at making her feel special, because we talked about that on Jay's program last week. Even if you're seeing multiple people, you need to be focused in on that person and making that person feel special for the time that you're with them.
Yeah. That's when it goes back to being present and just involved with them. I was surprised with all these meet and greets I've done. There are some men that have specifically said, if this were to move into an allowance, that would mean exclusivity. There would be no other men. And they actually said, do you really think it would be fair for me to be giving you an allowance and then you to be also collecting an allowance from other people? And I said, well, it happens all the time. Like, where are you from?
Yeah. Right?
So, yeah, it's important. I'm learning.
Why would that not be fair?
Yeah. I'm learning it's important to get very, very clear with people on their expectations, what they think sugaring really is, their thoughts about multiple people and open relationships and things like that, because it's from one extreme to the other.
Yeah. Here's another problem I find when I'm dating multiple people. I tell a lot of stories, and I can't remember if I've talked to them about this particular thing. And I find myself repeating myself. And so I constantly asking, like, did we talk about this already? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh, okay. Because I knew I talked about it with somebody.
Right.
But I'm having a hard time keeping track
straight
of everything that I've said to each person. And, things come out at different times, right?
Yeah.
Just depending on the subject and where the conversation's going. And so I'm having trouble with... and the last thing I want to do is somebody's like, yeah, I know you already talked about that. We've talked. Don't you remember?
And then they think you have really bad memory problems.
Yeah.
Is this the most you've had, these 3 or 4 sugar babies?
Well, I have talked about this on an episode a long time ago. I wrote down all the girls that I was seeing at the time. Now, some of them were like once a month or once every other week or whatever. But at one time, I had 9.
9
It was
sugar
ridiculous.
babies.
Well, it was just people I was seeing.
Well, but not paying them?
No, but a lot of them weren't consistent. And you know what? This was back when the PPMs were like $200 to $300.
Okay, so it was more affordable.
It was much more affordable.
Okay.
These PPMs now are, ranging from 5 to 12. I'm not paying 12, but I'm just saying what I'm hearing.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm officially right now dating 3.
Including Alejandra?
Yeah.
Okay.
So her and 2 others. Now,
Okay.
I just expect 1 or 2 of them to kind of fizzle and the relationship just works out. It just kind of works itself where, it finally ends. But right now, those 2 are kind of in the beginning stage of it. So I don't know. At some point, they're going to get tired of me or I'm going to get tired of them. You would think.
Well, Alejandra didn't.
Well, she hasn't yet. It's so funny because who was it? Somebody said, one of our friends said, we're looking forward to a marriage this year between you 2. And we both are like, we're just still trying to get to know each other. 3.5 years. We're just still trying to get to know each other.
Are her parents?
Jokingly, though, we say
Are her
that.
parents putting any kind of pressure on?
Her mom would like grandkids.
Okay.
Yeah. She would like them. Alejandra's actually very open to doing that soon, But oddly enough, she doesn't want to get married to do that, which I would think she would want to get married and then have kids. But she might change her mind. I don't know. She goes back and forth on that. Mm-hmm. But definitely she wants kids, and I have never had them, so we better hurry up if we're going to do that.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on monthly payments. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
So you're still on Seeking.
I'm still on Seeking. A lot of my communication, though, is about the podcast.
Okay.
Like I had this girl message me from South Dakota. She was cute. I don't know that I would date her. She wasn't really my type from the pictures, but she was she sent me a really nice message, and we chatted back and forth, and I said, look, I only date locally. And she's like, oh, bummer, because, I really love your profile. And I said, well, I'll tell you what. She goes, I'm new to this, and there's just not a lot of people in this area. I'm like, you're in South Dakota.
Yes.
I mean, I think the population of Phoenix is larger than the whole state of South Dakota.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. So I kind of secretly led her to my podcast because I can't really come out and say it on Seeking, so I'm afraid to get banned. So I just said, hey, and you guys can do this at home. Type in my name, Marcus, and any keyword about this lifestyle. It could be sugar dating, sugar daddy, sugar baby, whatever you punch in, and then type my name, Marcus. Oh, it comes up. I mean, after you release over 300 episodes and videos and stuff, AI and Google have you pretty much pegged as the sugar dating gurus.
That's right.
So it comes up. And it's really funny too, where it recaps what we're about and stuff. It's pretty dead on. Now, I haven't done a search in a while for other sugar dating podcasts, but I did one the other day, and there is some guys out of Atlanta, I think. It's two brothers, not brothers, two brothers from another mother.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Two black guys. They have started a podcast, and I think it's called Sugar Daddies with a Z, like DADDYZ.
Okay.
But as I was listening to it, I haven't listened to every episode. I listened to like 2 or 3. They're not really online. They're getting girls in the wild.
Okay.
And sugar dating them. I don't know. I lost interest in it kind of quick.
And it sounds like it's fairly new. So there's
it's fairly new. They've put out, I think they've been doing it for like 6 months.
Okay.
But they're still active. They're still putting out a few episodes here and there. I'm not sure. I think they have maybe like 20 episodes or something.
So is it about life as a sugar daddy?
Yeah, it's about life as a sugar daddy and some of their experiences.
These women and their experiences with them in the
from
wild.
What I listened to,
okay.
But they didn't talk about any of the online dating stuff. And I think that's what's important. It's like, how are you going to meet these people? How are you going to meet these sugar daddies for you women? And sugar daddies, how are you going to meet these sugar babies?
That's right.
I'm not going in the wild.
Right. I mean, my attempt was the polo show, and that's how that went. He wasn't participating in the lifestyle, so he wasn't open to it. So if you're trying to meet women in the wild, that's going to be even harder because a lot of the women, if you start approaching them as a sugar thing, they're going to think it's prostitution. Like that's just.
Yeah. So here's so I actually thought about this week. So there's this girl, she's a graduate student at ASU, beautiful strawberry blonde. She almost looks like my logo, except with longer hair. And anyway, we work out at the gym together at F45, right? And she's always kind of like looking at me, talking with me. We're kind of going back and forth about her studies and her upcoming job, and because she's already got a job waiting for her at the end of the year after she graduates, and kind of got into a little discussion of her life and stuff. But she's talking to me more than normal, right?
Yep.
So she's opening herself up. Mm-hmm. Now there's probably 30 years difference between her and I, but it kind of feels like that if I made a move or asked her out, that she would say yes. Kind of feels like that. But here's my biggest fear. And this is why I get paralyzed in these situations. It's not that I'm not confident. It's just like, what if I ask her out or do make a move and she's like, oh no, I just thought you were friendly. She's thinking in her head, no, I just thought you were friendly and I enjoy talking to you. And now it makes it awkward to work out at this gym with her.
That's right.
It's not so much the rejection. I can handle rejection, but I just don't want the whole thing to be awkward.
Right.
If it doesn't go anywhere, or even if it does go somewhere, it still makes it awkward.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I don't know, man.
That happened to me before when I was traditionally dating, vanilla dating. At the gym, there was a guy that kept approaching me and talking and real chatty. Happened quite a few times. And then he finally did come up to me and approach me. And his words were, "Are you single?" That's how he said it. And I said, yeah. And then we started dating, but it did not last. And then it was extremely awkward at the gym. Mm-hmm. I changed the time of day.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Because I don't, even though everyone says, well, if this doesn't work out, don't worry, I won't make it awkward.
It is awkward.
It is still awkward.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything to make it awkward, but just us being there at the same time was awkward.
Yeah.
So, I get your point.
Yeah. So I like online dating. Here's the people that are available. They're saying, I'm open, I'm ready.
Yeah. There's a little bit about them in their profile.
A little bit about them. I have never been nervous on meet and greets or dates or anything, but when I was traditionally dating, I would get a little nervous. I'm like, now mainly when I was younger. Like, I didn't want to fuck it up. I didn't want, I wanted to put a good impression. I wanted that girl to like me. I wanted maybe to see where things could go. You know what? I don't care about any of that now. Yeah. I really don't. Now, of course, I want them to like me, but I show up as, and I present myself well, but I'm very open and honest. And if it doesn't vibe with them, that's fine. I don't care. This is what it is. And I'm not afraid of losing you.
Right.
I'm not afraid of losing the opportunity because there's another bus in 15 minutes. There really is with online dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, with compensated online dating.
Right.
I've always said, if I had to rely on Bumble or Tinder or Match, I would be lucky to have one date a month, one date a week, maybe one date a month. I would be lucky. With Seeking, I literally could have a date 7 days a week if I wanted to. It's that easy because there's something in it for the women. Yeah. They're not just wasting their time. Yeah. And so thus I'm not worried about losing the opportunity with this person, because if they don't like me or we just don't vibe, hey, it's fine. It's fine. We can go our separate ways. I'll find somebody else.
Well, it sounds like it's been keeping you very busy lately.
Oh, yeah.
And me too.
And you too. All right. Well, we've come to the end of our show. I actually like just sit down, tell stories type of these, sessions, because, You guys all have great stories too, and we love to hear those, but hopefully you can get something out of our experiences. Maybe learn a little. Maybe you can write us and tell us what we did to fuck that up. That's fine too. I take criticism well. I'm not a know-it-all. I think I've probably met over 300 girls on Seeking.
That's
so
a lot.
This is just my experience. I've made a lot of mistakes. I continue to make a lot of mistakes. I feel like I'm a better dater now, though, and hopefully you'll take some of the things that we've done and maybe apply those to find some success, because I'm very happy with the quality of people that I'm meeting right now. I mean, amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Same with me with all these meet and greets.
Mm-hmm.
Very high quality men, very educated, very articulate. They show up looking good. They're in really good shape.
Yeah.
So I've been really happy with that.
Good. All right. Like I said, if you guys want to share your crazy sugar dating stories, we'd love to hear those. Go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. I actually have a few that came in this week. I was going to get to those. I've got to just dedicate some time to get to those and talk about them, but we will. And you can always message me on Instagram. I do get your messages there and usually respond to those quicker than even emails. So we love our social media followers. And finally, Patreon is where it's at. It's going to help support the show, help us keep going. And then you get to mingle with other people in the lifestyle. And there's a great bunch of guys on there and gals. Like, I love the comments and the interaction that I'm seeing on there. So come join us. It's only $15 a month. It's very, very cheap. All right, Nikki, thanks for coming in as always.
Yeah. Yep. Take care. Until next time.
Yep. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.
Are you ready to finally make that dream a reality? Maybe it's updating your kitchen, paying down high-interest credit cards, or covering tuition. Your home is more than where you live. It's also your most powerful asset. At Unlock, we make it simple to turn equity into options. With a home equity agreement, you can access cash today without taking on monthly payments. Imagine the freedom to invest in your home, reduce financial stress, or finally start that big project you've been putting off. It's your home. It's your future. Unlock it today. Visit unlock.com to learn more about a home equity agreement. That's unlock.com to learn more.
Terms and conditions apply. Not all homeowners will qualify. Not available in all states. Actor Portrayal. Home equity agreements are offered by Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc. In certain states, NMLS number 2657081. Visit www.consumeraccess.org for more info.